Awesome. Please, you can also share the link on your status, social media that we've started. Please, you can share with people that are in your network and your contact list. I'm very sure that they will definitely learn from this. They will definitely learn from this. All right. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Awesome. So I'll just go straight into introducing myself and while we are here, before we start giving our speakers the option to speak. And we have a lot of questions that we will be answering in this event because we've gotten like pre-questions. Should I call it pre-question now? Questions that people have asked before joining the event. And so if you also have questions during this event, you can also put it in the chat box. We will manage all of the events, all of the questions that you have. So definitely your questions will be answered by the grace of God. So yeah, my name is Grace. I'm a technical lead at NEO. Also someone that loves to share knowledge a lot, and that's something that I'm really passionate about, which allowed me to have trained over 35 people in the tech industry. I've helped people start their journey in tech and even stay in tech. I'm also a co-founder of a fashion business called Sole Swag. We do customized apparels for techies and and creatives generally. I'm a consultant. People consult me for career growth, career clarity, majorly, and even personal branding. I'm also an author. I've written 3 books, but majorly an ad copy book. The 2 other books are ebooks on Web3, just to educate people on Web3. And now I have another one, which is bootstrapping your career growth in tech, which is part of our giveaway for today anyway. So yeah, it's something that you will definitely love. Today I still received a testimonial about my book and how it is very, very good for students who want to go
Did you say doesn't understand? We don't understand what.
Okay, sorry about that. I just love the fact that I can mute whoever I want to mute. Okay, so yeah, that's it literally about me. And if you see me anywhere, you see me where tech exists, because I love tech a lot and I love talking about it and even writing about it. So yeah, today we've come to celebrate International Women's Day with this particular event themed The Hero That You Are. That topic just came to me through the Holy Spirit, because when I got that, I was like, this is good. So, and then I just put it out there. And I'm very sure and I believe that leaving this event, you will leave convinced that you have the power to do whatever that you want to do. You on your own, you are a hero. So I will just be walking us through an introduction before I have my amazing speakers talk to us. There will be giveaways. We have giveaways sponsored by DigiOats. It's a blockchain company that train people on Bitcoin particularly and Lightning networks, and also educates the wider audience about what blockchain is. And then we have one from a community. They've sponsored 2 of my books. Sorry, just give me a minute to confirm the name again. I'm always forgetting the name of the community. Okay, yeah, so the community is the Rest Haven. They sponsored 2 copies of my book to be given out to anybody that actually wants to get it. And also there is a prize to be won. Should I call it a prize now? But a prize, yeah, for anyone that has been wanting to take a course, either on Coursera, Udemy, or anything like that, and you've not been able to pay for it because of money, the course will probably be paid for, depending on what you want to learn, because we did not choose the course beforehand, because we understand that it might not be a course that anybody want to learn. So anybody that win that particular prize will definitely reach out and just know the course you want to take and then like pay for it. Of course, we have a budget. So if you pass, it doesn't pass our budget, hopefully. And yeah, those are giveaways that we have. And before we go into having the speakers talk to us, I just want to make sure that we, we understand that as women, we shouldn't see ourselves as competitors to men. In the world of give women the chance to work, give women the chance to do this, give women the chance to do that. People now see it as, oh, we are enemies to men, or I'm powerful. And that I'm powerful is not coming from the fact that the person is convinced that he or she's powerful, but the fact that, you know what, I want to prove to the world that women are better than men. I mean, it's not supposed to be that way. And that is not what I want you all to see this event as, an event where we talk about how you can compete with men or how you can compete with other people, but to just see yourself as you are, to see yourself as you really are. And, there's a reason God created a man and a woman. Even the Bible said that two are better than one. Aside the fact of maybe two friends, male and female is better than male alone, and is better than female alone. So having that mindset will help you know that the man has something to contribute. You also have something to contribute. You have a well of knowledge inside of you to put out in the world. You are a light on your own, and we can't wait for you to shine, literally. So this event is to help you shine that your light that you don't want to shine. You will shine it. And then you will also learn how to, stand as a woman. Because yeah, we are in a society that, can talk down on women because of, culture, anything warrants it, right? But we will leave this event with such a boldness and a courage that even though I'm a woman, I can do anything I want to do. You can be a CEO, you can be a developer, you can be anything you want to do or you want to be, with your determination and discipline, right? So that's one thing I want to take out of the way. We are not here to compete with anybody. We are not here to compete with men, in quote, for lack of a better word. We are here to actually see who we really are. And I think the theme for the IWT event is diversity and inclusion. It's always been in terms of diversity thing, yeah. And yes, diversity is very good. Diversity is actually very good, and we need to stand up to that and bring that diversity in different organizations, in different what's English now? What's English now? Oh my God, different systems. Yeah, in different systems and in different places. Yeah. So we will be moving to speakers. We have different speakers, like I mentioned, and the first speaker is Odun. I don't know. So the first speaker is Odun. I'll be reading Odun's bio, just so we know. Odun is actually a very seasoned businesswoman. And there was a question that actually is particular to business and all of those things. But yeah, I can't wait to have Odun talk about it. Inclusion. Thank you, Tola. So now Odun, a graduate in information technology, dedicated to transforming ideas into innovative and profitable solutions in House of Adebet, that's HOA, and company. Armed with degree in IT, she extends her expertise globally, providing strategic consultation services that span across branding, team building, talent management, ideas, and scaling. She has impacted over 1,000 teenagers. She has also trained 40+ women on how they can diversify their investment portfolios, helping them build wealth through financial literacy. Odun's passion for teaching shines as she helps individuals gain clarity in their business ventures, In parallel, she's owning a robust skill set in corporate finance and human resource, adding depth to her versatile approach in the dynamic business landscape. Odun was recognized by AYLI as a special awardee in the education category. She was also recognized by Foursquare Student Fellowship student as the most innovative. That's 2023. It's not far at all. It's very close. She's the founder of Kids and Teen Business Hub, a non-profitable organization who focus to build the next generation of business leaders. She currently serves as a principal for NAV School of Ideation Overseas by National Foursquare of Fellowship student. She's a lover of God, and she derives fulfillment in fulfilling God's purpose for her life. So I want us to welcome Odun as she takes the stage. Welcome, Odun. Okay. Hello, Odun, can you hear me? Okay, now she can. Think network is doing its thing. Okay, if that's the case, we won't take so much of our time, to be honest, because time is precious. So I'm just going to go into the next speaker just very quickly. Okay, so the next speaker is Temitope, and she has 7 years of experience working across different industries like banking, SaaS, cybersecurity, and so on. She has worked with companies in different countries, including US, Poland, Swiss, and Scandinavia. Oh my God, it's a very hard word. So in her free time, she loves to watch movies and YouTube, and she's a mom to a 4-year-old boy. So Temi will be talking us through our journey. You know, we have different stages of our life as women. And I really want Odun to share with us how she has navigated her career and working with big companies in quotes as a mother, and how she has scaled through that process as a mother. So yeah, Temi, you can come on.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Please let me know if you can hear me or if you can't.
I can hear you.
Okay, so good evening, everyone.
Good
My name is
evening.
Tokwe. I'm here today to talk about, motherhood and career, but I would like to start with the fact that, every woman is a hero. Every woman can multitask. We have it inside of us. Now, how we harness it is now, what depends on us, through discipline and putting things in place. But if you see some other women out there, doing a lot of things, multitasking, doing well in their business and in their homes and in their jobs, it's also in you. So, the other part depends on how you're able to, get it done with. And I'm here today. I'm not here to actually motivate you. I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm here to walk you through a little bit of my own journey as a mom and as a career woman on how I've been able to, scale through. I'm still working on it, not the best yet, and it's not an easy journey, as you know. Catering for a home, a family, a child is kind of like a full-time job already. So if you will be holding your career in one hand and holding, childbearing, caring for your family, as women, we care for a lot of people, even your own parents. It means that it's not going to be easy. You won't, do it on a bed of roses. But I can tell you for free that you are able to, if that's what you find fulfillment in. For some people, they prefer to, stay home with their little toddlers, raise them while they pause on career. But for some people, they just want to still take up their career, even if it's not as fast paced as it should be without a child, but they still want to go through it while raising their children. So basically, I will start with few points that have helped me to be a mom and be there in my career. Currently, I'm working as a cybersecurity professional in Ala Foods here in Poland. I've worked in different industry before. I've worked in software as a service. I've worked in a bank. And I'm also on the side a professional freelancer. So I used to do so many things. And I also have my side business alongside. So now one of the first things that have helped me as a mom is, before being a mom, is putting structure in place. Now, I'll explain this part of putting structure in place. If, for example, you're a career woman right now, in the nearest future, you're planning to start your own family and, have your own children and the rest, it will be best if it's possible for you to put structure in place. Now, I'll explain what that structure means. Before I was able to be a mom, I was working, I was studying, but at some point I had a leverage of a kind of contract that allow you to be a mom and get some, months, years of maternity leave. I was also, registered at that point to be a freelancer, even though I know, okay, so when I'm home with my child, I can work on different time zone, work in a way that my work is not restricted. So you don't have to be glued to your system by 9 to 5. So if I would also say it in another way about putting structure in place, it would also mean that you making an impact in your current job role. Let's say, for example, you're working somewhere in a bank or as a product manager or something like that. You're making enough impact for you to be able to give them terms and conditions when the time is needed. If I'm working as a product manager in a bank now, for example, and I know in the next a year or 2 years, I might be starting up my family, I am doing a lot of impactful job in that place that my absence will be felt. So because my absence will be felt, when it's time to be a mom, I can tell them, you know what, I can come to the office twice, a week. And they know that twice a week, I'm making as much impact, I can do the rest of the days at home while, catering for my little ones and the rest. So you need to put structure in place. It will be best to put structure in place. I know it's not everybody that would have this opportunity to, put structure in place for themselves. But if you can, it will be best to put structure in place if you know you want to be a mom and be a career woman at the same time. It makes your life easier. So the second thing I will talk about is working smartly. I know it looks like a cliche, you need to work smart and not work hard, but I would explain it, I'll break it down. So like Grace was saying at the beginning of this meeting, she was saying something like, we are not in competition with anybody. And that's the truth. We are not in the workplace to compete with anybody. And we are also not in the workplace to be walked over. So you would not say, because I'm a woman, they should give me, the simpler work. Because I'm a woman, they should be mild with me during promotion. No, they won't be mild with you. So in this way, you have to work smartly. For example, you're given a task. The first thing I do in my own personal life or work life is when I'm given a task and the task will take, let's say, 8 hours. In my head, the first thing I'm thinking is, how can I make this faster? How can I do it in 4 hours and spend the rest 4 hours, maybe take my son to the hospital or, take my son or go to my son's school for meeting? This is what I'm thinking about. So you need to take a step forward to learn how to work smarter than your counterparts. So maybe you're supposed to do something, in Excel and then you write code. There's a way you can automate it through code. I'm just saying, for example. So any task I've been given, the first thing I'm thinking about is, can I make this thing still accurate, but in a very short time? Because I know that, someone else is asking for my time that I need to spend time with. So most times I try to work smarter. You can't spend time like other people do. Like, for example, you're at work, you're supposed to spend 8 hours. Instead of you to quickly do your work in 6 hours and then use 2 hours maybe to make lunch or something like that, you are using like 4 hours on social media, 2 hours to work. It won't work so well if you're a mom and you're a career woman. Single people can always do that and find time. But for a mom, your child will always need you. Your family would always need you. So this is one of the points I've used before. And also the third part I would like to talk about is knowing yourself and building on your strengths. For some of us, we try to take up the strength of other people. I would use an example when I was still in the university and now. Usually I'm somebody who cannot read overnight. When I go with people, people who go to the library during university days, for people who just finish or people who are still in university, you pack plenty books. You go to, in my case, it was UI. I went to UI, and we go to KDL. You go and join them to read overnight just to show our in-law KDL. I discovered that every time I go, I go there, I sleep from 12, I wake up by 5, I pack my book, and then I'm back in my hostel. I've not achieved anything. I know I read in the afternoon. So in between classes, I just disappear from the class and go and read, because I know that I cannot read at night like every other person does. I will sleep. So knowing your strengths, knowing yourself is very important in whether you want to discipline yourself to be a mom and to hold your career at the same time. You need to know yourself. You need to know what works for you. Now, when you know what works for you, if you know that, okay, this is my strength is, if I put my mind to learn a course, I have to stay on it. If I have my phone around me, I won't be able to concentrate. Then put your phone somewhere else. I know it takes discipline to do that. There was a semester while I was in school, I dropped my browsing phone back at home in Lagos and came to school with a phone that wasn't browsing. It wasn't because it wasn't hard for me, but because I knew I wanted to achieve something. So if you know your strength, if you know, okay, there are things that would not make you build on that strength or make you build on that discipline, it would be nice to take them away, because you will need to, work on this part of yourself to be able to achieve what you have in view. So I penned down a few things about knowing yourself and also knowing your strength. So also that in knowing your strength, like I said previously, that no company as a woman, even though we are not in competition with men, the male counterparts, many of them are not really primary caregiver for kids. Your husband might be there, but you are the primary caregiver for the kid. Your husband might support you, but you are the primary caregiver. And then when you go to face the corporate world, nobody will give you points for being a mom. When it gets to time for promotion, your manager will not be like, let's give her 10 points more. No, she's raising a kid. There's nothing like that in the corporate world. So you have to see it from this perspective that you're doing like two people's job. So you have to really discipline yourself on it. You cannot do it the same way that somebody without family, without kids, without, any other thing aside from careers are doing it. So you have to really discipline yourself. Also, priorities. I placed down, prioritizing everything. You won't be able to do everything at the same time. That one you should know for free. There are times you'll be tired. I would explain to you that during the period of pregnancy, if you're a career woman, if you still will be working while you're pregnant, in my case, I was able to work till like 7 months until I stopped working. Now, if you still will be working while you're pregnant, know that the first 3 months will be very tiring, even if you go to place of work. The last 3 months would also be very tiring. That is if you have healthy pregnancy. For some people, they will stay on bed rest for the whole 9 months. It depends. Bodies are different. Now, if you be tired for the first 3 months, most likely towards giving birth also, the tiredness will start coming in again. So you need to prioritize. What can you do per day? Just take it a day at a time. What can you do per day? And also, what can make you shine per day? There are some activities you're doing, they will just be lost in the pool as a career person. But there are some activities you will take up that just one of them will put you in the face of even the CEO of the company. So you need to prioritize those ones that will make you shine as a woman in the workplace, even though, you're a mom, you have your family. So nobody would in the company or in the workplace say, she's lazy, as if she's the only person raising kids and stuff. We don't want stuff like that. You rather want them to say, oh, she's even doing better than, people who are not, raising kids like she is. So priorities is very important. Prioritize everything, every activity that you do, and put them in perspective. Sometimes, there'll be conflict of this one is dragging me. There'll be times where even the kids as a mom will be home and you probably will be the one to stay with them. So you're taking care of sick kids, you're working at the same time. So you need to concentrate and prioritize what is more important. So I would say, okay, so the last point I have, I know I have a few minutes more. The last point I have is having a community. As a mom and as a career woman, having a community is very important. Have a community in the field where you are or intending to go, and having a community of women who have kids, who have gone through it. Sometimes you even need community of people you can drop kids with. I remember last year about June, thereabout, there was a conference I was supposed to attend in the capital of the city, about 5 hours away from me. It was really difficult. I have my son. I didn't know, who to keep him with for 2 days. It was a tough one for me. And I actually wanted to go to the conference because I'd already gotten free tickets from the organizers of the conference to be there. So eventually I had to keep him with somebody who is also a mom. That is why you need a community. You cannot stay in isolation. Sometimes even your partner, your husband might, also have something important to do that two of you would have, be busy at the same time. So you need this community of women. Sometimes also you need this community of women who are juggling between career and childbirth, just for you to know, or raising a family, just for you to know that, some people are doing it and they are excelling in it. That also gives you strength as you go. And having community of people in your career line is also very important. Sometimes you might get stuck in career. I have people I run to sometimes when I have difficulty in cybersecurity, a lot of them. Like if my manager asks me for something and I'm not able to give my manager an adequate answer, I go to them, I speak to them. And when I speak to them, they tell me something and then I use it. And then my brain just, calculates, okay, so this is how I'm supposed to do it. And then that's it. So having a community is very important. Having, in quotes, mentor, people who could put you through that you could, do it in a better way. So in conclusion, I would say that, like I said in the beginning, it's not going to be an easy path. It's great when you're in your early, 20s, thereabouts, and you're still holding just career and then finding your way around. When raising a family comes in, it's not, or it's never going to be an easy part, but it is actually possible. People are doing it. People are excelling. Like you all know the story of Ibukun Awoshika, Alakija, they all have their kids. And yet, they excel in career. They wouldn't tell you that the early days will be easy for them, especially when the kids are, toddlers and the rest like that. But it is possible to excel in career while raising a family, if raising a family and doing career would give you fulfillment. For some women, they prefer to raise their kids while pursuing on career. Thank you for listening.
I was muted. Thank you so much. Thank you, Temito. That was short and precise. And I will just be running through the things that you mentioned. And I believe a lot of points that she mentioned is not just for if you're a mother. You know what? They said that if you are faithful in little, you'll be faithful in much. And now imagine you were not, faithful when you were single. You don't have structures, you don't set priorities, you are not disciplined, you don't know your strength and you don't run with it. It will be very hard for you to even do that when you get busier, let's say with family or with other things as such. So even now is like the best time to start applying all of the points that she mentioned, which is number one, put structures in place. I was speaking to some women, and one of them, she's not Black and she's white. Yeah, she was like, women just think because I'm a woman, things should go well for me, or because I'm a woman, oh, they're supposed to give me this, they're supposed to give me that. No, like everybody is in the work army or work area altogether. Even man, they are also thriving to do whatever they can do to be whoever they want to be. And it's the same energy that anybody, including women, should put into whatever that you are doing. It's not free cake because you're a woman. It is free cake because you have put in the work to actually achieve what you want to achieve, right? So putting structure in place, it is extremely important, right? Like ASAP, like right now, it is important, as you will definitely get busy. Life gets busier. It doesn't get less busier. And the reward for hard work is even more work. So that means you will get busier, literally, because there will be more work to your hard work. So it's very important that you put structure in place. Thank you, Temitope, for saying that. And working smart, we've said it, severally. Of course, there's a place for hard work, but there's also a place for smart work. There is a place for hard work. Hard work is important. Work hard. But there is also a place for smart work. Don't just work hard, work smartly. Like know how to achieve something little or something big in little time. In fact, AI has really helped us to start working smart, except some people have not started adopting AI. I don't know why. You don't want to work, you don't want to work faster. AI will make your work easier. But some people are just like, oh, I'm not using AI. Please use AI so that what you are supposed to do in 5 hours, you can do it in 2 hours. That's working smart, making use of technologies that are available for you that can help you, right? These things are very, very important. And knowing your strengths and running with it. Someone told me that, yeah, we should know our weakness to improve on our weakness. It is very correct. But knowing your strengths will help you know what to focus on and to harness it. Right? Let's say my strength, for example, my strength is, just like she said, our strength is reading in the afternoon, not in the night. Now imagine, I know that my weakness is reading in the night. Oh, let me work on reading in the night. Whereas you can actually harness that reading in the afternoon to make you read better, right? So focus on your strengths, not on your weakness. And it doesn't mean you will neglect your weakness not to get better, but harness your strengths to do better, right? That is my, and I really love that point. And then another thing that she mentioned is priorities. I think this one is very important. Set priorities on what you want to do. Is social media the top priority for you, or you need to get things done? Literally. So like I was telling my husband recently, like, babe, it's only night we should be watching movie, because we literally have a lot of things to do. Now, if we now set movies to be our priority in the afternoon, that's a lost cause. And they will now find out that in the night we are so tired and we are not able to do 1% of what we plan to do for that day. So set your priority. And community. At every stage in life, we need community, and this will really help us grow. So does anybody have question for Temi before we go? Before we move on, sorry. Does anybody have any question? If you have any question, please drop it in the comments. Did someone send? Oh, I'm supposed to send this to everyone. Please drop your question in the comments. All right. So if there are no questions, we have some questions that we just want Temi to answer from the form that we have here. Right? I will be answering some, and also I want Temi to also answer some. So first question I'll be asking Temi is, how do you move from one career path in a country to another career path through schooling, and what are the major ways to do this?
Okay, so I will be approaching this based on the fact that I also do something related to immigration. So because of that, the first thing you want to check is to be sure that the country you have in mind actually allows you to switch. This is what I mean. So for example, let's say for your bachelor's degree, you did something like geology. You want to check if for master's degree and you want to transition into, let's say, IT, you want to check if that country you have in mind would admit you into IT. Not all countries do it. I know for sure that Austria doesn't do something like that. You have to follow the path you're coming with for Austria. But for some other countries, they are milder. So let's say, for example, you did geology and you're still trying to get into business informatics. They might still, admit you. They might not admit you into computer science, definitely masters, but they might still admit you into business informatics. For you to get into computer science, you really need to convince them that, you know all this code thing and show them like real, or maybe they will set up an interview for you. But in that case, you need to just analyze the countries you have in mind to be sure that you can switch through studies into another, career path through study.
Awesome. Thank you. The second question before we move on is, how does one overcome self-doubt? And how do you put yourself out there despite all odds after being in the background for long?
Okay, in the case of self-doubt, to be honest, I think many of us still have a little iota of self-doubt as we go in life. As you go out there, you get to a point they will ask you to come and meet maybe the CEO of a particular company. You'll be like, me meeting the CEO, you still have it as you go, but you just have to tell yourself that, you deserve to be there. That's why you're there. You're not a diversity hire and stuff like that. Now, the second question is, the second part of the question, what
How
is
to
it?
put yourself out there
Okay,
despite
so
all odds after
so
being
put,
in the background for long.
so putting yourself out there sometimes, it depends if this is what you want, if this is what you want. Everybody don't have to put themselves out there. I know in the case of some people who are a little introverted, sometimes when they see other people who are extroverted, they're like, this person is putting themselves out there. Be sure that's what you want. When you're sure that's what you want, take it a step at a time. For me, I would advise you to go through LinkedIn. If you want to put yourself out there when it comes to career, go through LinkedIn, start posting little by little. Even if you get one like, even if you don't get any like, just being consistent about it. Because I remember there's a situation where a lady was saying, my boss said I don't used to talk in meetings, and she's an introvert. The boss was always on her. And for me, I don't understand what that means, in the sense that when you have a team, there should be personality difference. Some people don't talk, some people talk. So you should understand that as a boss. But in this case, if that's what you want, start from LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a professional platform. Just start putting yourself out there, what you do, little by little. Don't rush yourself. Some people are very extroverted. You cannot catch up with them. So one step at a time.
Actually, there are some people you can't, and you shouldn't even try to catch up with anybody in the first place, to be honest. Like, why? Why are you trying to catch up with somebody? Just start wherever you are. I mean, and in terms of the self-doubt that Tim Tokwe mentioned, it's at every stage of your life, to be honest. Just like this imposter syndrome thing, you can't overcome that thing once. You have to just be overcoming it at different stage. Like I see here people even in big positions to say they face this self-doubt. Like, oh, you're invited to speak to a number of CTOs. Me? And they've really done well, right? But it's just normal to feel like, will I be able to do this? Will I pull this off? And it's at different stage, like you said. Now I can't be feeling imposter syndrome that I don't know how to code or how to do what I do. But there was a time I felt that, because I just started. Like, if anybody asks me, so what do you do? I'm always shy because I feel I don't know enough to be able to say I'm a developer, right? But now I can boldly say it. It's no more it's something I'm shy to say, or I think, oh, what if I say it and they ask me a question? Let them ask and we answer. But now it gets to some point, I'll be like, oh, come and do this. Like, will I be able to? It's just like at different level, you have different imposter syndrome at different stage that you get to. And it's actually a sign of growth. You should see it as a sign of growth, because if you are where you are, then you won't feel challenged. I see imposter freedom still feeling challenged to do like a lot of things that you want to do. So once you feel challenged about it, just do it, man. Like, do it as with so much gladness and happiness that you have, right? So self-doubt is something that you can overcome. And one of the ways to face your fears is to do that thing you're afraid of. They've said it several times, and I think it's actually it worked. Don't doubt yourself. Don't No, it happens, right? But what you are doubting, take a step forward to do it, and then you see that it's not hard anyway. And I usually tell people that, um, you don't know if you can do something until you try it. So try it first and see if you can do it. If you flop, yeah, if you flop, try again, right? It's also a sign of growth, actually. And yeah, in terms of putting yourself out there, I would just like to also add to that is, um, sorry, I'm just trying to, something is making noise. Okay. In terms of putting yourself out there, if you've been in the background for long, like I said, I've really spoken to different women of different races because I'm working on a project and I'm just speaking to different women and one major thing that one of the women said that she said she realized that for her to get to where she needs to be, she needs to show herself. And I usually say this, that best known is better than best. It's not a matter of you being the best. It's a matter of, are you known as the best? So that's the difference between two different people. You know, there are categories of people that they are not exactly the best in what they do, but they are known as the best. And there are some, they are very extremely good. Of course, it doesn't mean that there's not someone better than them, but they are very good. But nobody knows they are even that good. Yeah. So you have to just start by, she mentioned LinkedIn. LinkedIn is actually a very good way to start. Some people say, oh, LinkedIn is toxic. You go on LinkedIn. I'm happy to share that I got a job. I'm happy to share that I traveled to the UK. I'm happy to share. No, yes, there are those things there, but you can turn them to motivations and just do your own thing, right? So that's one of the ways to put yourself out there. And my boss started talking about being a quiet entrepreneur recently, and I think it's really a good thing. I mean, she said quiet entrepreneur because, of course, she's an entrepreneur, but even a quiet career person, developer, software engineer, like a quiet designer, something like that. So it doesn't still mean you won't put yourself out, and it doesn't mean you won't let people know what you do. You don't let people know the awesome things that you do, but it's not as much as people that, they're very extroverted, right? But you show all of these things with so much humility. You give quality work. Because I even say it, after you've talked all the talk, and then maybe you are given the opportunity and you flop, that's also not a good thing. That's why it's very important that you work on your quality as much as you can, right? As much as you can, work on that quality and also still share that you do quality stuff. Own it up, like own up your excellence. Once you own up your excellence, you will see that people will follow suit and follow you for that particular excellence. It doesn't matter how long it takes or, how rough it takes, but it's something that people will come to see because people are attracted to good things anyway. So yeah, so that's what I would say. Oh, okay. Now I want us to move to the next speaker because of time. Quickly, quickly. Odun, are you here? Can you hear me? And Odun, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I can.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, Odun is here. She was supposed to be the first speaker, but now I'm moving to Odun. Like I said, Odun is a seasoned businesswoman. So you people should be ready to learn about excellence. Even structures is something that would be good. So yeah, Odun, I've read the bio already, so you can just go ahead.
All right. Okay. Okay, so hello everyone. Gloria, I can see you. Okay, so
Yeah.
thank you very much, Grace, for this opportunity to speak to people. Like, it's always a very beautiful time speaking to people like this. And you can be so good at what you do, and then there is no opportunity for you to express it, like, or pass across information that are vital to people's growth. So thank you so much. Okay. Um, I would like to share a story, and then from there we can move on. You understand? Okay, so I think 2 years or about 3, 4 years ago, someone approached me, and I don't know, maybe the person was actually like um suffering from low self-esteem or insecurity. So the person came and it was like, okay, he wanted to know what we were doing, you understand? So I explained to him what my company is doing. And then I just, there is, see, it just started condemning. It was not criticizing. There are ways that you can actually constructively criticize people, you understand? But, and there are also ways that you will know that, okay, this person is not criticizing what you are doing, but this person is actually condemning you. And he spoke different harsh words. I was really hot because I was just starting out. And it took a lot of courage for me to say that I actually want to have my own official brand. Though while I was young, I think age 8, I started doing business like that. Like I was always solving problem. There was a time that I discovered, then I was in I discovered that um my classmates, like, they want to read the story books that I used to read. Then they were selling the storybook, I think 15 naira thereabout. You know those kind of storybook, if you're in Africa, Nigeria, that they write Shadi and the Village People, all those kind of title. So please, can anybody hear me? So
Yeah,
I
I can
usually
hear you.
read books like that. And I discovered that they actually like they also want to read the book. Then I started a business. Yeah, I started a business. So the business was for them to rent my storybook for 10 naira as at that time. So I was able to gather money like that. So from the money, yes, I was able to buy more storybooks and rent them out at the same time. So when I was in Premier 4, I started another business that was recharge card business. I noticed that we didn't have anybody selling recharge card in my street. So you have to move to another street to get recharge card. But then, so I was able to, then I was still very young. I think I should be around 9 years old around that time. So I just spoke with my mom, can you borrow me some money that I used to save? So we just packed the money together. We started the business, and the business was growing to the extent that I was buying things for myself. And so as a child, I've always loved to solve problems. Now, but those time, it was not actually official. You understand? I don't know what branding was, all of those things. But when I was in the university, so I know what that was. And the person that branded my company then was Elijah Smith. Yes, he branded HOA as at that time. And then that was like, so I was just starting out. Then this person, out of his own insecurity, he just started talking. You don't know anything. You are doing rubbish. And number one, like, I don't really know you, you don't really know me like that. So you said I was doing rubbish, that, and like, it's really like those words got to me to the extent that I cried home. And I called my website, the person that was actually handling the website on my team. I called him, I told him, please pull down the website. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Somebody just told me, like, I didn't know what I was doing, this and that. But then and I look at it again. I just went back to my jotter. I saw the things that I wrote, the structures, yeah, and the words that God actually gave me. And then I just started declaring those words. Like, okay, I may not be perfect, because as at that time, 20% of what I know now, I didn't even know it as at that time. But then I was willing to learn. I was willing to learn. And so for a while, I was ashamed, like, you understand, to talk about what I was doing. Like, I was not confident in that, and I didn't have the confidence at that time. But later on, I will go back to my daughter again. I will check. I will read the confession of faith to myself. Like, I can do this, I can do that. I started reading the stories of people like that have been there too before, and I saw how they were able to like overcome that. So I don't want to like bore us with so much stories. Please, I want to leave you together.
Yes, I can hear you. Perfect.
Okay. Yes, yes. So okay, so I just, yes, yeah. The what God gave me, yeah, the advantage of writing, yeah, yeah. I saw that comment now. Okay, so moving forward, I thank God that I did not stop because somebody, out of his own insecurity, you understand, out of his own insecurity, um tried to like pull me down, you understand, discouraged me. I didn't stop because later on I discovered that I was actually able, like, I had what it takes to, you understand, to overcome that, and which was the word of God, and also like surrounding myself with positive people. So to cut the long story short, I've actually met with different people too. That people will tell them, your idea is too common, go and do something else, this and that. You don't know what you are doing, and because of that, in fact, last week I was able to counsel somebody on that. Even last week Friday and Saturday, even this morning. So people are actually facing this. So you might have an idea, like maybe there's an idea, there's a solution in you. You understand? You may not have everything it takes to launch the solution. That is why, like it doesn't mean that you should not do it. You understand? It doesn't mean that you should not do it. You can actually seek for help. You can surround yourself with positive people, people that actually know better than you are doing, instead of like, surrounding yourself with people that will actually criticize, condemn you, like condemn what God has called you to do. I'm going to take somebody's story as an example. Look at Steve Jobs. He was kicked out of his own company. He was humiliated publicly. But then, see, it did not stop. You understand? He was still able to build Apple products with his people, like with another set of people. Was able to do that. And let's say that he allowed all those things to like get to him. Maybe there won't be anything like Apple products right now. You understand? Was able to teach them to think differently. Now you might see, you may not have the whole knowledge, because nobody arrived there over the night. But it doesn't mean that you should not start. Start wherever you are, but then don't stop there. Don't settle for less. You can actually keep on adding value to yourself, learning. And I thank God that I've been able to deliver many people out of this trap of, okay, I'm not qualified. I don't have the resources. My background, they can't support my dream. They don't have it. I'm going to tell you, for example, this person, what's his name? I think Barack. Yes, Barak, that in fact his family in Israel, they are the poorest. He is now the poorest in his family again, and very weak. So Barak did not just stop, like when God saw him, God called him mighty man of valor. He told God that no, like like I'm just paraphrasing now, he that is like his family is the poorest family. Now he's not the poorest in his family, and you're calling him mighty valor. But see what Barak was able to do. He obeyed, like he launched out. He obeyed God, you understand, and was able to, yes, thank you so much, Gideon, and was able to like deliver people, you understand, he was able to deliver people. Now, it does not matter where you are, like nobody arrived there over the night, but know that the solution, like you have solution in you that the world is actually waiting for. Imagine somebody with what's it called, with a solution that is going to save the world, decided not to do it. Yes, there are over 7 billion people on earth, but that doesn't mean that another person will not rise to do it, you understand? But that person that did not do it, some set of people will suffer because the person didn't do it. So if you have an idea, you have a solution, please don't hesitate to launch out. See, your circumstances, your background, all of those things may actually like discourage you from launching out. Might be like, oh, what do I know? I didn't really know so much. Like, we don't have money. I don't have money to push this dream. All of those things. You can always start wherever you are. You can only start wherever you are. So I'm going to say something. See, people may not value you. You understand? They can actually, because people can actually just value you based on their belief about you, based on their on their own opinion. But then it doesn't mean that it does not erase the fact that you are priceless. You understand? It doesn't erase the fact that you are priceless. They may not see that value now. You understand? But you just keep building yourself. Just keep doing things, you understand, that matters. Like learn, add, like just enlarge your capacity. Like most of the people that God actually used, they were people that they were like he used them at their weakest point. Like they were not perfect, but they became mighty people. Like, in fact, this Steve Jobs story is still something that is very, very inspiring. Somebody that was humiliated, was even do you know what it means to be kicked out of your own company? But it did not just relax. It didn't just, okay, that's the end of life. Like, so there is nothing anymore. But then he was still able to stand. He was able to do something differently. And now we have Apple. See, almost every family, like if a tech bro now, most of them want to use Apple products. You understand? So I just want to encourage you. Like, regardless of where you are, you can always reach out for help. You understand? You don't settle for less. See, I thank God that I started that business, like my official brand. I started while I was in school. As I mentioned earlier, most of the things I know now, I didn't know it then. I was willing to learn. I didn't know, like I didn't know them then, but I was willing to learn and also grow. I was willing to enlarge my capacity. Like I think last year December, I started my journey in finance. You understand? I started my journey in finance. I didn't really know what to do. Like But then I was able to reach out to somebody that was already doing well in that field. Then I met with the person, and the person was able to guide me. I'm not like, you just need to humble yourself, like, you understand. So when I approached the person, it put me through, and I started the journey. From there, I saw something else that I actually need to learn, which was, I think, stock exchange, and I learned it. Like, within the space of 1 week. Within the space of 1 week, I've been able to teach 40 plus women, especially, you understand, on how to diversify their portfolio in
Ma,
finance. See, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I'll look for the person on mute.
You look for what?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, I just want to know if you are together. Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
I was I was saying that within the space of 1 week, I've been able to, like, help women diversify their investment portfolio within the space of 1 week. Now imagine, as at that time, like, when the person spoke roughly at me, and I said that, okay, I'm not doing anything again. I don't want to. I just want to be. I am not relevant. I am not that. But then I did not. Like, I did not. Though it was going to, shake me. You understand? But thank God for His word. Thank God for His word. So you need to have like, you need to be audacious about God's given dream. Whatever you can do, you need to be loud about it. You need to be loud about it. You don't just keep it to yourself. Some of us, we are talented, and then, but it is not just about being talented. You have to, like, own that. Like, you need to, like, build that talent to up to a point that you can call it a skill. Because the truth is, only people that are skillful, those are the people that can actually stay last in the king's palace. Because you can, even if you get to the king's palace with, okay, by grace you get there, but then you are not skillful, you are not excellent at what you do, they will kick you out. Okay, they will kick you out. But if you are excellent at what you do, like, you are skillful, it is not just about being talented or whatever, like, you will last in the king's palace. So the world is actually waiting for you to, explore that idea that you have in you. The world is waiting for that solution. And please, don't let whatever experience that might have gone through in the past, or let's say maybe your background, let's say,
Hello.
interested in, should I say, the process. Like, they are just interested in the result.
Okay, I think she's off. Can everyone hear me though? If you can hear me,
yes, yes, you can.
awesome. I think network, and I really want you guys to understand. I mean, I think that has really stopped even people from joining because of the network across West Africa generally. Odon, can you hear me?
Okay, that was network.
Yeah.
So I mentioned that people are actually not interested. They are not really interested in the process. But it doesn't mean that you should not document your process, because you'll be helping someone else too. But then majority just want to see results. It is results that matters to many people. You will notice that if you are just starting out, people may not really pay attention to you. But by the time they see that, okay, you are, like, things are happening, you're actually seeing results, they will start reaching out. Like, I think last week a particular organization reached out to me on LinkedIn that, I like what you are doing with KTB, because we actually expose children to finance and innovation, kids and teenagers. And the person reached out and was like, they actually want to collaborate. They've actually built a system, like a web app, whereby parents can actually invest or save for their kids. Funny how that I had that in my, what's it called, in my Jota. It's one of the things I actually want to achieve. Like, we want to, like, one of the goals that we set for KTB this year. We didn't even know that was going to. We are thinking we have to look for a website developer, this and that, start working on it. We didn't know that it was going to come in form of collaboration. So wherever you are, just, if you have an idea, please launch it. Launch it. You will make mistake. Mistake is part of the process. You understand? Nobody arrived there over the night. Even all these big people you are saying, they have their own story. They have their own story. So don't let anything just hold you back. Even at your weakest point, God can do something great out of you. So I think I'll need to round off.
All right. Thank you so much, Odon. That was really amazing. Please, if you have any question, start dropping in the comments. Start dropping in the comments while I go through what Odo has mentioned. If you have any question, please Drop it in the comment. Drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it. So the first thing I really want to point out from what Odun said is surround yourself with positive people. Oh my God, this is one of the best gifts you can give yourself as a woman. I mean, a woman, some people has strong skin. No matter what you say, they know they won't move. But we women, we are very emotional, and any slight talk that could bring us down, we're like, and just set back. I remember in 2022, I wanted to do a training on front-end development intermediate, and someone literally wrote on the status that, what does she know? Even her GitHub is not fine. I mean, even my GitHub. Oh my God. Oh Jesus, it was so bad. I literally wanted to cancel that intermediate front-end course because someone already said I'm not good enough, so why should I even go? Why should I even go ahead? But thank God for positive people, like she said, having friends that, believe in what you can do. Partners that believe in what you can do is like something you can some of us, we don't have good friends. We don't have friends that even encourage us to do big things. You need to change your circle. Write into the comment section, I will change my circle. If they are not good, according to what we have now, change them. Repent. Go and change your circle, because the people you have around you actually help you in your growth. And she said you should not settle for less. And that's what I was talking about, being a woman. A lot of us be like, oh, I'm a woman, let me just take this and I'm okay. Or some people like, as long as I have rich husband, I'm fine. Who told you that? You too can be rich. You too can be rich, right? Do you get, like, why is it that you must have, of course, have rich husband if he's very good, but you too can do something for yourself? You can make the world better. In fact, now the two of you coming together makes it even more better. Literally. So it's not just your husband that can make riches. You also can do the same. Do you get? So it's very important. And then another thing she mentioned is to launch out. A lot of us, we are so pregnant. We have been pregnant for 15 years. We've not even given birth. Because we have a lot of things we want to do, but we've not even launched them out yet. We've not pushed forward. It is time. You need to push forward. We need to launch out and do what you want to do. A lot of us have ideas. We have a lot of things. I'm not saying you are all knowing. That's why you have people ahead of you that can guide you on the journey. If you have an idea, go and meet someone. Oh, I have this idea. What do you think? There are people that can even help you start it. It's very important. Overdue pregnancy is prohibited on this call. You need to give birth and do what you want to do. And I said that everybody is unique in their own way. I got this question like, okay, what if the idea you want to do, someone else is already doing it? Do you know Carry Wise? You know Piggy Vest? You know Right Vests? All of them vests. They are all fintech companies that do savings, and the ideas are similar. They just have little tiny bits of uniqueness. That is how things work. And they all have their customers. They're all making the money. So even if you have the idea that you think, oh, someone else has already built it, think of where you can make yours unique. It will bless another person in a unique way. Me, I have both Piggy Vest and Carry Wise, and I'm using the two. Literally, because Carry Wise, they are so uptight. They won't allow me to remove my money until the due date. But Piggy Vest allows me to remove it, except I will just need to pay a little fee. So, like, I love it. I'm their customers. And it's just the same way, even though someone has already built, the sky is enough to take everyone. So shine. You know how many stars are in the sky? And every star is still shining. So shine. Another thing that I really learned is to be audacious. That's what Otto mentioned. Be audacious. And I really learned that you can't take territories. You can't do big things if you are not audacious. I would recommend these movies for us if you've not watched it. Madam CJ Walker, that's Self-Made. Yeah, Self-Made is a movie that you need to watch. I realized that woman literally went into places they did not call her, but that was what made her be the first millionaire woman in America. Literally, she was so audacious. And when you see the likes of Confidence is a woman I really look up to. Confidence Stavely, she's a cybersecurity expert. I spoke to her at a point and I'm like, no, nobody will want to speak to this lady. I don't want to work with her because the way she's so confident about what she does, about who she is, you won't definitely want to work with her because she's confident that she will deliver. So it's not about you saying, oh, well, I can do cake. I'm trying. If you tell me you're trying, I will not give you my cake to do. Because what if you go and do what if you're gonna do another thing for me? But if that's why people that don't even know nothing, as much as they are as long as they are confident, people they still make money. Literally, they still make the money and they chop people's money. So you are good, you know what you are doing. So why can't you be outspoken about what you do? Why can't you be audacious about what you do? It is very, very important. So I'll be going to questions and Temitope and Odun can, share what they think about these questions. Yeah, it is not just for Odun alone. So my question, at what point do you review yourself? Do you have to wait until someone says something about what you do? Who wants to answer that?
I think I'll go. I think self-reflection should be something we do on a regular basis. As tiny as you think it is, you can do it every 5 minutes. You can do it after discussion with somebody. You can do it depends on you. For some people, they do a replay of how their day went. And in so doing, you can self-reflect and then look at what you need to review about yourself. You don't have to wait for somebody to tell you. I mean, there are some times that even when somebody is telling you, you already have an idea. It's like you have one bad habit or bad attitude that you have, you're working on it, and then someone else will mention it. So in that case, you won't even feel as hot as you should because you know in your mind that, okay, I do this thing, but I'm working on it. It's a work in progress and stuff like that. So review depends on individual. Sometimes when I have a long day and I come back, stay on my bed, I just think about every conversation I have with each individual. What did I say wrong? What should I have said better? Things like this depend on individuals. And for some people, they can take a pen and a biro after 6 months to review themselves. Depends.
Yeah. I mean, that is really, really important. Some of us, we have, okay, some of you guys have bad characters, but we blame it on people that are correcting us. Whereas if you look inwards, you know that you're the one that's supposed to work on yourself, literally. And, a lot of us also blame others for our bad attitude. That's why we're not growing. Look inwards. What should I work on? Work on yourself like almost every day, because that's what will help you as you grow. Let go of those bad habits. Acknowledge it. I mean, I think it starts from acknowledging. Because if you don't acknowledge that you have these bad habits, you will not work on it. So acknowledge your bad habits and work on it. So when you review yourself, be very true. Don't be reviewing yourself, I'm the best woman in the world. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. Yes, you can, but are you actually honest? Have you tried to look at the bad habits and try to work on them? Because, all of this, as much as I don't want anybody to talk bad about me, I also welcome feedbacks because I want to be better. But some of us, when they give us feedback, it be like the whole world want to crumble on us. Please, it's something we need to work on. I don't know if Odun want to add to that. Is Odun, yeah. Okay, no. Okay. I don't think she's here anymore. Odun, can you hear me? She's muted. You are muted if you are talking. Okay.
I wasn't talking. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. Did you get the question?
Yes, I did. and you've answered it.
Okay, awesome. Okay, this question is for you, Odun. Someone said, how
Okay.
do you navigate the business world as a woman?
Okay, sorry. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
If you are just starting, like if you are just starting a business, it's not even about women, being a woman or being a man. You understand? This is
Yeah.
business. If you are
Mhm.
just starting out, I would just like encourage that you get someone that is already doing well in that field, is doing something, because you will need the person. You understand? You will need people power. You will need them. So learn from them. You don't need to make mistakes that people that have gone ahead of you have made. You understand? Because experience is not always the best teacher. There's some experience that you don't live to see. You understand? You understand? So you don't need to see the lessons being taught. So you can just do what to look out for people that are actually doing well and accessible. You understand? Read book, meet with them, ask questions, and celebrate people that are doing well in that field. You understand? And also, you don't need to compare your journey with somebody that has been there, like let's say 10 years ago. Because if you should do that, it's going to like create so much, you understand, fear in you, and be like, okay, like you just put yourself under unnecessary pressure, which you don't need. So you can just look at what they are doing. See, there is nothing bad to copy somebody, like copy what they are doing, but then do your own differently. You understand? So you need people, you understand? You need to
All
look
right.
out for people that are doing the business, you understand, better, that have gone ahead of you. Learn from them, then have a mentor if you can get one. Read books, you'll be fine. Learn from
All
your
right.
lessons, you'll be fine.
I think the major thing you mentioned is to have someone that has gone ahead and to meet the person. Business as a woman is the same as business as a man. If you want to have a business, have so much resistance in your life because business is not for the weak. But anyway, and it all stands from what you built when you were working for someone. You know, someone said, and I really agree with. Sorry, it's noisy. Okay, I've muted the person. So someone said, and I really agree with, a lot of us work with nonchalant attitude for somebody, or be like, it's not my business. Let me just do it anyhow. But do you know that is that the same attitude you will take to your own business? You will think, oh, it's because it's someone else's business. That's why I'm acting like this. No, it is who you are. It is your bad attitude. You need to work on it. Like, if you don't have discipline working for someone, you won't have discipline as a business person. If you don't have structures working for someone, you have structure for yourself. If you don't have, if you don't have good attitude towards someone's business, it will be very hard for you to have good attitude towards your own business. So you build this while serving others, and then that thing helps you when you are on your own, right? And also the community that she mentioned, and she also said you'll be fine, which I agree with. Someone said, what if we don't have okay, don't me can read their books or study their legacy. Yes, and it's not having them around is not an excuse. You know why? You can attend events to meet such people. See, do you know how much people have spent to gain knowledge, to get opportunities? That is what you do. You invest to get opportunities. So let's say someone that you really admire will be attending an event and the event is paid. If you have the money, why not pay for it and go so that you could meet such person? You start building your network from somewhere. And that's not just the only way to build your network too. You can build your network online. Okay, you like this person, or this person is doing well in their career. How do follow them, engage in their posts. When it's time for you to meet them, message them, talk about what you do and what you can, what you can offer them, what you can help them with. Because every busy person wants someone to help them with something, right? So you can build your network at different stage of your life, different stages, different levels. So someone said, when when it feels like you have so many interests, how do you know exactly the path to go? I don't know if anybody wants to answer that. Please,
What was the
quickly,
question
quickly.
once again?
Okay, so the question is, you have so many interests. How do you know the path that you should go?
So, basically, the best bet you want to give yourself is to streamline your interest. You want to streamline your interest. I remember when I was trying out, Grace would remember because Grace was once my teacher for HTML and CSS. So, I was trying to transition into tech at that point. I didn't know which parts to take. So I was looking into front end. I started learning, HTML, CSS. At some point, I was doing something related to data analysis before I eventually settled for cybersecurity. So you need to streamline. Even for cybersecurity alone itself, there are a lot of places. So if you're doing this, you're doing penetration testing, you're doing SOC analysis, you have to streamline yourself. Find a way to just pick like three parts that are intertwined and just stay there. That's the only way you can concentrate your effort. If not, you'll be putting 5% effort in different things, and eventually you will not take roots in where you are going.
Awesome. Thank you so much for answering that. And I totally agree. Just start with one first. To be honest, you can diversify later. But it's someone that is, if you have been able to build one up to a point, then you'll be able to build the rest as quick as possible, not just doing everything all at once. Don't let anybody also talk you down in jack of all trade, master of none. I've seen people that know a lot of things and they are super good at it, but they are actually known for one thing first. Like right now, I'm not into coding as such, but I was known for front end. My nickname was front end. So when I moved into blockchain, it was easier for me. When I moved into leadership role, it was also easier for me. Do you get? So that is how important having to focus on one thing looks like first. So quickly, let's move into our last speaker very quickly, very, very quickly, so that we can close off for today. So Bola, so I'll be reading Bola's bio very shortly. So Bola is a seasoned freelance front-end developer and community advocate. She currently serves as a program associate at the Genesis.co. Bolarinwa has solid years of experience in tech building softwares, speaking at tech conferences and organizing meetups. She has worked with notable brands and organizations like Zakra, Cowrywise, Ashnode, Neptune, and many others. She holds a degree in computer science. She's dedicated to impacting life through her work and voice in the advocacy space. Bola is actually my very good friend, and I can't wait to hear from her. Yeah, so you guys will enjoy our session. So Bola, welcome on board.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Grace. Can you see my screen? Can you see? Okay, I think everybody can see me now. And thank you so much, Grace Omole. Sorry, Mrs. Grace Ajagbe. Sorry for that introduction. So, other speakers, I think most of the speakers have done a lot to what I want to say. I should just say thank you for wetting the floor. You've actually scattered the floor for me. That's an applaud to all speakers here today. So, I'm Bolanriwa, has been said. I'm a freelance front-end developer currently, and I do talking and speaking, like speaking, communication, vocals. So according to the topic I was given, is the hero that you are. So I think we should firstly scratch who is an hero? Who is the hero here? Who is that hero? A hero is a woman that you admire, that has courage, and she has outstanding achievements. She's notable of good qualities. So if you look at yourself, you'll be like, oh, am I this person or am I this woman? I'll let you know you are one. You are one already. You might not just believe it. You are. Look at your journey so far from maybe secondary university. You've seen where you've taken a courageous step. You've seen where you've done some achievements. You've taken a lot of achievements for yourself. Even your degree is an achievement, my girl. So applaud yourself. And notable qualities such as caring for people, loving people, encouraging people. So I would say you are that hero. Actually, the modern world currently celebrates many heroes. We have those that have gotten awards, those that have not gotten awards. But this is how we should look at it. If you are responsible to your daily duties, you are an hero. You might not be celebrated on stage like other people, yet you are still an hero. So I have list of heroes in our communities, and I will let you know that the time they came into limelight was very different from each other. Some come into limelight by 15, while others do at 78. Example is Grandma Moses. So you can Google search this woman. She started doing her painting at age 78. Imagine. And she lived up to 101 years on planet Earth. That work gave her life. The work she was doing made her stay longer, if I would say. So the work was giving her the energy to showcase her talent to the world.
Mm,
Also, I would say J.K. Rowling is a woman, she's a billionaire. But she started her career after sitting back with herself, having a lot of marital issues. Then she discovered that, oh, I have a writing talent. She was the one behind Harry Potter that we watched when we were kids in 2007. So, other women I have to say in Nigerian is Funmilayo Ransome Kuti. She's a Nigerian educator, an advocate, and a political leader for that matter. She led the movement of 10,000 women in Nigeria, actually fighting for market women to have lesser tax to pay. So, I would say in the tech industry where I am, there are many leaders. Example, we have Grace Omole, we have myself. But one of the notable people that have been getting award is person like Odun Eweniyi. She's the founder of Piggyvest. Like Gracie said, she's a customer to Piggyvest. So another outstanding person that just got an award in our village, Anambra, is our own very own person, Amanda Adichie. She started writing and got a lot of no's while she was writing her work out and sending it to the international organization. But still, she became something. So I would just like to say, your name could be the next person among these heroes if you want to be celebrated. So going forward, if you I would love to say that for these people to become heroes that's being seen in public place, they have one thing in common. They know who they are, identity. They are not confused about who they are. Most of them knows that, okay, I have strength, I write. Some of them know that I have strength, I speak. Some of them know that I have strength, I can advocate. Some of them know that I have strength, I can actually paint. So playing on your strength and knowing who you are matters. Like I have here, I said, who are you? What do you represent? What do you want to live for? What do you do? What do you believe about yourself? And what keeps you going? These are the questions you can ask to yourself to reflect. As she said, self-reflection is a personal disciplined exercise. Nobody will help you do these works. Sit back and look into this question: who am I? At age 15, you might just be a regular girl who dances all around the streets. But age 30, you might decide to be somebody else, and you walk towards this. So going forward, I said I would love to say that our mind does play a lot of games with us, because your mind can just wake up and say, I'm not good enough. Can't you see what this person is doing? This is where you have to sit back and say, yes, number one, do I even have a vision for my life? Do I have a vision? Or do I have a mission? Do I want to live for a legacy? What legacy am I upholding? Am I upholding legacy in the education space? Am I trying to leave my works to be seen? Yes. So when you actually look at yourself, your vision, your mission, your voice, has it saved a lot of lives? Because you might think your voice is just ordinary. Some people just reach out to me, thank you, Madam Bolariwa, thank you for the outreach, you did this, you transformed me. Even it might look like they are teenagers, they are small people. They are not small people. They are souls that will transcend upon the surface of this earth and make impacts. Going forward, I would say, what is your personality type? If you don't know yourself, you don't know the kind of personality you have, you just be jumping everywhere. I have here, I said sanguines. Sanguines are people that are actually happy and love to be known and make a lot of friends. These people, they are very social. If you know you are not social, don't force yourself. Go to where you will shine, like the first speaker said. Go to where you will shine. The second one is the choleric folks. They like work. They can die there. Just give them the work. They are doing it. They know themselves. They know that, yes, when you just bring job to their table, they crash it up. Then the phlegmatic and the melancholy. The phlegmatic, somehow they like to be quiet, calm, just being in solitude and doing their own. While the melancholy just want to just they just want to partner with the sanguine and do their thing. So when you understand your personality type, you can know the kind of industry, the kind of work you can do to thrive. Like what Mommy Ibuka Woshika would say, not everybody is meant to be in the marketplace. If you know that your life mission, what will give you fulfillment, is to be a mother and raise the next generation of great somebody, go and do that. You understand? Go do that. And if you find fulfillment in that duty, it is a big duty. Do that in faithfulness. And if you know that, yes, you want to be a career woman, okay, I want to bag on my career goals, I want to have all of these things before it's so and this, be faithful at it. If you know you want to juggle both, be faithful at it, but be truthful to yourself. Know your identity. Know who you are. Because if you don't know who you are, if you go to the marketplace, they will scatter you, they will do you dirty. So you don't want to go there and portray what you are not. Of recent, I've been hearing the word identity crisis. They'll be like, oh, I'm having identity crisis. I'm having a Why would you not have an identity crisis, if I may ask? Because you don't know yourself, or you have not become who you think you should become. What is identity crisis? Identity crisis is like when you are living against your core self, your core values. Maybe you see yourself as a musician, but on the outside, you are doing tailor, you are doing fashion design. It's a counter mechanism. So even when you go to bed, you might not really find the fulfillment. It's not like you're doing it for an era, or you've already chosen that this is what I will do forever. So if you are living against your core values, you go to bed and you be like, oh, I'm not feeling fulfilled, you are bitter, you are sad. These things actually weakens you, and it might not help you to become the superhero you ought to become. Like I said, people who have identity crisis, they have low self-esteem. They are the one that will be like, oh, I can't do this thing. No, this, that, because they're not sure about who they are. The second is they feel so lost and aimless in life. They are doing this, they are doing that, they are juggling this, they are juggling that, and many others. Third one, they have emotional instability. They are never stable about what they want to do. Today you might hear that they are this, tomorrow you are hearing that they are this. And because of their emotional instability, you will see it all over them in social spaces. And if I should say, remember, be yourself. So in becoming yourself, having understand your kind of person, you have to sit back and say, okay, what can I do to become a hero? Or what are the things I would do that will bring me into limelight, or that will cause me to shine? This is where you now have to sit with yourself and take this lifestyle, what I say, living responsibly. So you can be living and not be responsible. You can just live anyhow and be like, okay, I don't care. Money will come to me, because you know how to make money. If I sell this, this will happen. If I do this, things will work out. But living responsibly means, one, you are taking note of your time. You plan your time. You know who you spend your time with. You are intentional. There's something I had recently. Be intentional about your friends. You are super intentional that you don't just waste or throw away your time with any other person, with any other person. You are intentional that, okay, this time I'm spending with this person, I will grow, I will learn this. Not like she said, do not stay around people that will talk you down. You're intentional about your friends, and you ensure that whatever task you are to contribute to, maybe in the community, in your workspace, on a project, you value your contribution. As you are contributing, you are given a task, you've done it. Okay, they said, well done. You're not like, is it me? Am I sure? Maybe it's not sure, maybe it's not true. Value your contribution to a project, to an ecosystem, to wherever you have. And what I would say, living responsibly also means that you help other people, like Grace is doing. She's growing, and she's also giving back and helping people. Helping people will even help you reassure and to make you know what you know properly, and say, okay, it's like I'm scratching some surfaces here. As I would say, going further, take actions, because you cannot be an hero, or you want to become superstar or anything, and you not take actions. Take actions. One of the basic action I highlighted here is like, number one, study. Book is not outdated. Audio book is available. Audio books, they are available. Just plug your hair and listen to podcasts. You can even listen to podcasts of people that have achieved what you want to achieve, and see the strategies they deploy as at what time. Because not all strategies work at the same time, you understand? Study, read books. I see a community group where we joined this year, accountability group, where we said this year we are going to be reading. I think I'm on my third book. And reading that book, and I'm smiling to myself, like, so somebody has even gone through this thing, like Becoming by Michelle Obama. Yes, then Becoming Horse, the marital transition from being a single lady to a married lady. So those things will unveil themselves to you when you study. Number two, whatever you are doing, ensure that you create a solution. Create something. It is not to, there's not in your workplace, you are creating for the business owner. create, let your creation be notable and be visible. Then actually, if you are not actually share, if you are at your workplace, you can actually be, you can promote your workplace fine. You can also share your work, share or sell. There's a strategy to this. If you are not, if you are sharing indirectly, you are selling. People are actually having you in their head like, oh, this girl does impact, this girl talk a lot, this girl does this thing. Then if you are selling, people get to know that they can pay you for the services. Finally, I say impact, 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 impact. Touch a life, no matter how small, touch a life. Conclusion, I said you are already an hero. You just have to choose to do whatever aligns with your core value on a daily basis. So thank you.
Yay!
Well,
A lot. I mean, if that was fire for you, just type fire, 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 fire in the comments. Motolani even she shouted with me. Can you see?
see,
Oh,
eh,
that is really, really awesome. Thank you so much for such amazing,
you're
amazing,
welcome.
amazing words.
You're welcome.
I mean, she said, first, who are you? Please type who are you? See, this question is a rhetorical question, and you need to answer it. Who am I? What am I here to do? What am I here to achieve? What am I here for? To be honest, everybody has a potential, like I usually say. You just need to harness that potential. God has deposited something very big thing inside of you, and you need to align yourself with that. And she also mentioned, hey God, fire, fire. Oh. But I know that everybody has gotten something because of time. I won't be going over it so much. Let your creation be notable and visible. That is where we talk about don't be forming humility, and then you are doing something amazing and nobody knows about it. No, let it shout about it. See, I've seen people shout about the littlest thing, like, is it that big? But it's so little. But that's how they shout about what they do, no matter how little it may seem. And one thing I even told myself this year is to write something I'm grateful for per day. Write something I'm proud of myself that I did per day. So let's say, oh, I built a website today. Oh, I'm proud that I did this thing today. I mean, it helps you to know that you are doing well and you are one hero in your own. And she mentioned that all of these big heroes that we see, all of these big heroes that we see, all of them did not shine at once. Some of them shine when they were younger, some of them shine when they were older, some of them shine at the middle, maybe 30s or 40s, And a lot of people, if you look at it, at what point did you get to know Mommy Awoshika? Was she when she was younger? At what point did you know Alakija? At what point did you know all these big people? You realize that it's after they've given birth to their children. And the shyness, of course, it's the accumulation of the work they've been putting into their life all over these years. But everybody have their time, and we really need to make sure of this. So I'll be sharing a feedback form. Please, I really want all of us here to give us a feedback concerning this event. We are wrapping up like almost immediately soon. So if you have any question, please drop your question. If not, I'll also go through some of the questions that we have here. We have some questions for us here. So I want Bola to answer, which I will also answer this question is, the question is tough. Ooh, I'm coming now. I don't know why this thing is running away from me. Okay. So the question is, how do I maintain my feminine agility without being tagged proud?
okay. You said it's a tough question, so it is. So I'll say, as a person, humility is an attribute everybody should own or should possess, whether you are rich or you are poor. But there's something they used to say: when you have money, money bring out your real attitude.
Yeah.
I don't know how true that is, but
It's
Have
true.
humility first. Let people say that girl is humble. She does not carry knowledge on her head. She does not carry money on her head. She does not carry fame on her head. After you honing that humility attitude, it is something that, like the Bible says, you cannot have light and cover it under a bushel. It will come out. If you
Mhm.
are having pride, even you just know internationally, people just like that girl is proud. So have humility, number one. Possess that attribute. Then times when it's time, it will showcase to other people that you are humble. And even your past workers, co-workers, seniors, junior, be like, oh, that lady, I know her since so time. She's so humble. Then the feminine energy. There's this thing in my industry, tech. You want to be like tech bro. You dress like tech bro. You roll your sleeve. Doesn't have to be. You can have that feminine energy, and you are sparkle, to be serious. Dress feminine, because I love it when you wear your gown to office. To me, you are hot, like your shape is there, you are hot. I see no reason why you should hide everything under big 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 in the name of we are following trend. No, no, be you. That's why I say be yourself. When you settle the issues with yourself, trend or no trend, we are doing this or not doing this, you are solid. You can come out. Then having a feminine energy attracts even males to you if you don't know. It attracts male colleagues to say, she's humble and she still has this her energy together. It attracts other senior colleagues to you. Even people be like, wow, she's so feminine and she's good at what to do. And if you know you're a tomboy and you are very solid on that level, be where you are. But at the same time, don't let people perceive what you are not, in the way you dress, in the way you speak, in the way you carry yourself. Because you can be humble on the inside and people should say, oh, the way she even speaks, she does not care, she's nonchalant and all those things. Then they tag you proud. So I'll just say that's what I would say. Your dressing, your composure, the way you speak, the way you carry yourself, let it be graceful as a lady. We are women of honor, virtue. Let those things showcase to the world. So that's what
Awesome.
I would say.
Thank you so much for that. I mean, self-esteem is different from pride, even though there's like a thin line between it. Just make sure that you are keeping yourself in check and you are not going overboard. But show yourself confident. Being confident is also different from being proud. You are not being proud if you are confident about what you do. So that's why having people around you to bring your head back to shape is very good. You don't grow on your own. You have people around you to bring you back if you are going astray, literally. So yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah, that's what I would say. All right. So I mean, I want us to wrap up. So we will just be having like the giveaway session. Like we've noted down some people that have been quite active and also that would like to also appreciate back. But firstly, I would like to appreciate our speakers. Thank you so much, Bola. Thank you, Odun. Thank you, Temitokwe. I learned a lot from every session. Every session was actually deep, fire branded. I love everything. If you are with me, please type that you are with me, because like I'm the only one that learned from these sessions, but I also learned too. Please don't forget again. Also, don't forget again to give us feedback. It is very important. That would help us plan for better for our next event, just for you. Awesome. So the people that want our giveaway, just to cap is they are, yes. Marvelous, Akibayo, Dorcas, Peculiar, Gloria, Motolani. I'll be putting the names on the chat. I'll be in the chat. Grace J, Oluwatosin, Simisola Alade. I don't know if you can hear Simisola Alade. Okay, now you might be asking, so who won what? Who won what? So someone asked a question about how can you come up when, I mean, you stop because you don't know what you want to do. Okay, that's Dorcas, right? Said you stop because you don't know what to do and all of that. She has won herself like a book of bootstrapping your career growth. in tech. I don't know, Dorcas, are you a techie? Dorcas, are you a techie? Yes. Okay. So bootstrapping your okay, so yeah, bootstrapping your career growth in tech. That book, yeah, is in tech, but that book is not just for techies. It's for people that want to, you know, what's it called now? People that want to grow in their career in tech, right? So, what am I saying? For people that want to grow in their career generally, so for people that are ready, they will know. And this giveaway was sponsored by the Rest Haven, is a community, and the goal of the community is to become young professionals that can win in the world of work and maintain healthy habits. Building a support system for people that work from 9 to 5. We know that can be very stressing. And also to be young people who will grow spiritually, create a life structure model that ensures balance, live a soft life. So if you want to join this community, especially if you're a 9 to 5 hour, please use the link that I'll be putting in this in the comments. Okay, Grace has sent the link. Great. So if you want to join them, please follow them and use the link to join them. And then the second person that won herself, oh yeah, I believe is a she, that won herself a book is drum rolls, Similoluwa Alade. Similoluwa Alade. So you also won yourself a book. Yeah. So and I really want to believe that as you read this book, you are able to rise as edifice, as a hero that you are, and grow in your career. And not just that, even in different aspects of your life, literally and basically. All right. So for every other person, we have a t-shirt and a tote bag for you, sponsored by DG Oats. Sponsored by DG Oats. So we will be giving you a tote bag and a t-shirt. To be honest, it's available for pickup and also available for delivery, especially in Lagos. So if Grace will be reaching out to everybody that won and taking note of people that won books. So we will be reaching out to you to give you what you have. Yeah, it's by Solid Sacks. what you win. Yeah. So it's we printed it for DigiYote. So it's a DigiYote t-shirt and tote bag. All right, great. So thank you guys. I mean, I really appreciate everyone for coming around. You can follow up with our speakers. Odun is on LinkedIn as Odun, oh my God. Bola is on LinkedIn. Please, Odun, if you can type your LinkedIn or send the link here, we can follow you. What's it called now? Yeah, Ademuyiwa Odola Elizabeth. You can follow. You can also follow Bolarinwa Ajayi. You can follow Temitope Sobolo. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing well, but those are their names on LinkedIn. Follow them up. You will learn a lot from their posts. I'm telling you. You definitely learn a lot from their posts. All right. That will be the end of today's event. Grace will be reaching out to the winners of the giveaways. And if you have any question, please kindly let me know if you have any question, or you can also send us a mail. And please don't forget. Oh, someone is asking me who are the winners. I've mentioned though. I said Marvelous Akinbayo, Dorcas, Peculiar, Gloria, Motolani, Damnola Rachel, Grace J, Sumisola, and Oluwatosin Ajayi. I've mentioned the winners. Yes, so for the feedback form, okay, let Let me send the feedback form again. Please, you can definitely give us feedback. All right. So give us a feedback. We'd really, really appreciate that. Also, there's still one last thing to be won, which is a paid course. But exactly, I've not exactly seen someone that would need that. But if you need a paid course, majorly from the list of winners that we have or outside, you can send us a mail. The mail that we use to send you message for the event, please send it, and like the course you want and whatnot. We'll definitely be happy to take that up for you, as I am in the business of helping people start and grow in their career, and that's why we have all of the speakers come around. So definitely. Thank you so much. Thank you for everyone for coming. Don't forget to give us a feedback and have a good rest of your evening. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Angela, I mean, we are done. No? Oh, you guys are done. Great. What's up? Can you hear me? How far was it?
It was fine. It was a great section with all the speakers. Like they came prepared actually. But
Bola was just dropping bomb.
yes, she has read a lot. So obvious.
She was just giving
She
us
has
bomb.
read a lot. It was just so obvious.
Yeah.
So that was it for me. We were giving a lot of. So I think the ladies were inspired, and the network issue was the main thing. Like many people were discouraged because of the network issue.
Yeah, a
And it
lot
was
of people
nobody's fault.
couldn't join.
It was just the yeah, it was just the timing. It was
Yeah.
just the timing.
Who knows there will be
So
network issue.
yeah, no one knew. Yeah, so that was how it was. That was
Sorry,
how it was.
I should have stopped.